Everyone, a big welcome to everyone. Welcome to the Brahma Kumari's Miami evening session. My name is Tej, and I'll be your spiritual companion for today. Together, we'll be exploring a topic, and the topic for today is happiness always. And also, after we explore the topic, we'll be going into a guided meditation together. So before we go into the topic, let's take a couple of minutes or so, and let's take a break from everything we have been doing this, or even at this point, whatever you're doing, let's just take a break from it. Find a good space for yourself, make yourself comfortable, and sit in a comfortable position, and let's try to relax our entire body and mind so that we can make the best use of this time, right? So sit comfortably, and I shift my entire attention to my breathing, taking a slow deep breath in and exhaling. Again, taking a slow deep breath in and exhaling. And with each breath I take in this relaxation, and as I exhale any stress or any tension in my muscles. So let's release all the stress and tension in my muscles, starting from my feet, exhaling all the stress in my feet, in my calves, in my thighs, and breathing in this deep relaxation in those muscles. And as I focus on my breathing, I move up to the muscles in my belly, my back, my chest, my shoulders, letting them all relax. My hands, my arms, my neck, and all my facial muscles, filling them all with this deep sense of relaxation, letting all the stress and tension out of my body. And now that I'm relaxed, come back to the awareness of my surroundings, of where I'm seated, Om Shanti. So welcome back to a relaxed version of yourself. So the topic for today, yes, it's happiness always. And I'm very sure that we all, if that question is raised, do you want to be happy all the time? I'm sure the answer would be yes, for maybe yes for most of us, right? So what happens then? So, one thing I have realized over the years with my own spiritual practice and with Brahma Kumaris over the years, I've realized that the answer to this question um, lies in this another question, and this question is, what is my happiness dependent on? What is my happiness based on? So I feel this is something we can all think about and churn and reflect on, that what is that I'm basing my happiness on? Is my happiness based on the things I have, what I own, a house, a nice house, a car, my cell phone, you know, something which gives me a lot of pride and happiness? Is my happiness based on that? Or at least that's what I think. But I'm sure at a bigger level, we all understand that, that that we should not base our happiness, or our happiness should not be dependent on these things. I'm very sure we all understand that. And you know how quickly it could change, even if our happiness, we feel that it is based on something. When I get something, that if I get this kind of phone, the new iPhone out there, then I'll feel happy. We all understand that it is very temporary, because say we got that phone, right? And all of a sudden you get the news, you just got it from the store, you're just coming out, and you get this news of a death or a demise of someone very close to you. So do you think you will feel the same happiness then? Maybe not, right? So it was definitely not that thing which would give us happiness. It is the emotion we generate, or how we think about that thing, which brings in that feeling of happiness. So, and I think the same thing applies even to when it comes to situations or people, right? So this see if you relate to the statements which I'm going to say now. So I am very angry the way he talked to me, or I'm very frustrated with how things are going, or I'm very happy, because he did this for me. So, and I'm sure we all can relate to this, right? All these statements at some point or the other in our lives, and so in a way, our happiness is will only be there, a feeling of happiness will only be there when that something happens out there, or when that person does something, or if they don't do something, right? So in a way, it's dependent on that outside world, or that situation, or that person. And we all understand that things definitely don't work the way we always want to, right? Things are change, and not always they are the way. I'm sure no one expected this pandemic to be here, right? I'm sure no one even in their dreams were expecting this. So things happen, right? And situations happen. And what I've learned here in spirituality is, and biggest thing I've learned here, and I love about the spirituality and what I've learned at Brahma Kumar is shifting the focus, that we shift the focus from outside to inside. We go inside. And trust me, it's such a deep sense of relief, when we do that, And I'm speaking from my own experience. It gives you such deep sense of relief from everything which is going on outside, Even in your own house, even in my own house, it gives such a relief from whatever is going on. Because I know that what is going on, what is within, is what is supposed to be my true identity. So in Brahma Kumaris, what we talk about is that what we see outside, what we see in the mirror, there's much more to us than that. So we are the spiritual being, there's this inner being of ours, We call it a soul, we call it a point of light, which is in there, and when we shift this focus from outside to inside, we are able to, instead of reacting, we are able to respond. And that's one of the biggest thing I feel is a very big thing I have learned over the years, and not just learning but also practicing it day to day is a big thing, and by using this meditation as a tool to do that. So I found it really helpful knowing that and even applying it in my day to day life in any situation. And if any person does something to me, or responds to me in a certain way, I I can always go back in there, and I know that the response of that person or that situation is not necessarily in my control. Only thing in my control is the response I can give to that situation or to that person. So from it's all about going within and knowing that, and that is how I feel we can be happy always. And it doesn't mean that we won't feel sad. Like I really don't feel that that means that you're always smiling, you're always happy. I myself feel sad at times, I myself feel frustrated at times, but at least I know that I'm not blaming anybody for that, and I'm not just staying in that sulking feeling or depleting myself by just thinking that that person did that to me or that situation is not good. And but at least I know that my energy, my response is in my own hands, right? And it's my choice. It's my choice what I want to do about that situation or that person. And I always have a choice to choose happiness, right? So one more thing I just wanted to share with you all, this wonderful experience, and which relates to this topic. So on the Father's Day, which passed about a couple of weeks back, I asked all my friends, who are already fathers, and I asked them, what is the one thing you admire the most about being a father? And all the responses were amazing, but then one of them I would like to talk about and share with you all, because it stayed very close to me and it is very relevant to this topic, and that's why I want to talk about it. So the response my friend gave was that he and his daughter, they daily go for a walk, and she's 1.5, around 2 years old, and they daily go for a walk to a particular spot, from their house to that particular spot, and it's the same journey they do every day. And my friend, he was telling me that after a point, for him, that's reaching that spot was something which made more sense to him. So it was about the destination for him. And then he would be like, okay, let's go and move, but then he noticed that the daughter, the kid, she was enjoying each and everything along the way, each and every flower, each and every plant, and everything would get her attention, and she would smile, she would be happy about it, even a butterfly, anything on moving along the way. And even before she reached the spot, which would of course make her more happy, but then she was enjoying all those things and what it made him realize was that he was not enjoying the journey, and he was only looking at, oh, we need to reach there, and he was not enjoying the journey, and he learned that from her. And that is what he admired and appreciated the most, that she made him realize that we need to enjoy the journey. And I feel it applies here, because at times, in my personal life, I've experienced that I've based my happiness on what I'm trying to achieve, what is my destination. Because I'm sure we all have aspirations, we all have aims in life, right? And that's wonderful. But then if I base my happiness on when I achieve my destination, or when I achieve my aim, my aspiration, that is when I will be happy, it could be depleting in a way, if I don't achieve it, or if I have hurdles or situations along the way. So, and this was a wonderful experience which I could relate, because it's also about reminding, spirituality reminds us that, about being in present. And that is something, kids are a perfect example of. They're not necessarily thinking about past, and they are not thinking about what they will do in future, but they are in present, and that's why they are living every moment of that present, and they are doing things without any fear. They are enjoying it, and you can always see them enjoying and engrossed and happy, doing something continuously, because they live in present. And as we grow, we start to worry about what happened in past and focus more on future, what I'm going to do in future, what is going to happen. So we lose that innocence. And one of the things someone had told me, someone very senior and a spiritual yogi, and that this journey is about returning back to that innocence of a child. And that has stayed with me, because I relate to that if we can go back, just think about it, if we can go back to that innocence of a child again, which we all have within us, right? I'm sure we had it when we were kids, so it's within us. We just lost it thinking about future and focusing more on future and past, but it's all within us, that presence, that being in present, and that innocence. So I really feel that is also a key to being happy always, if we stay in present. So if we can, if something doesn't happen my way. So one thing which has helped me a lot is, if something doesn't happen my way, I try to remind myself that I did my best, and then whatever happened. It was not in my control, right? And I try to be in that present. I try to accept it by not opposing it. And when I accept it, I feel that contentment. So, and it has helped me a lot in my day-to-day practice of when things don't go my way and people don't behave the way I feel they should behave. Okay, so it has helped me stay content and happy. So, having said that, let's go into some meditation. Okay, I'm sure you all are ready for it. So let's just sit back. I'll put some music. Just sitting comfortably. Again, focusing on my breathing. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Again, taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Now that I'm completely relaxed, my mind and body are completely relaxed. I take a journey to my inner world, this inner space or sanctuary of mine. And as I go within, I find this beautiful sparkling point of light, this infinitesimally small point of light. And as I focus towards the sparkling point of light within me, I begin to realize that this point of light is none other than me, myself, my true identity. The more I focus on this true identity of mine, I also begin to understand that I, this point of light, is eternal. I also begin to experience love, peace, and happiness within me. I understand that these are my true qualities: love, peace, and happiness. They are within me, and they are my true qualities. I don't have to look for them anywhere outside. And slowly I find myself filling with this deep sense of peace and happiness within me. And before I realize, I'm full of love, peace, and happiness, overflowing with these true qualities of mine. And overflowing with these qualities, I understand that I have a choice to even share this with everything and everyone around me. This beautiful water, the birds, the ducks, the trees, and every human being. I'm sharing, I'm letting it flow through me, this love, peace, and happiness. And with this sharing and with this experience, come back to the awareness of my physical being and everything around me. But with a very deep understanding and experience that this happiness, this love and peace is within me, and I can connect to it any time I want, any place I want. And I also have a choice to share it with everyone, any person, even if that person does anything wrong to me. I respond to that person with this love and happiness and peace. And to any situation which won't happen my way, I have a choice to respond to it with the same love and peace and happiness. And with this understanding, I come back. Om Shanti, everyone, and thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for attending. And feel free to look for the other sessions by other teachers, and feel free to provide your feedback. Love to hear from you. Thank you. Om Shanti.